In our previous video, we quoted from the scriptures that God is happiness and He lives within us, and we're a fragmental part of Him, so it's natural for us to constantly seek happiness. The question is, how do we tap into that resource for everyday happiness? In the same way, the traffic rules are designed to keep us safe on the road, but only if we follow them, we can prevent an accident. An accident leads to physical pain as well as economic pain by having to repair your car or a rise in your insurance premium for you and for others involved, etc. An absence of these stresses is equal to happiness in the same way that absence of darkness is equal to light, which sometimes we don't even recognize in our lives. Similarly, God has law books, Gita, Ramayana, etc. And if we start adhering to some of the simple rules, even bite sizes, our happiness levels will start rising immediately. For example, all the scriptures declare unanimously that we should not allow the 5 internal enemies to take control of us. If we do, they will snatch our happiness by rendering us miserable regardless of how much we possess in the material world. What are these and how do we control them? Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Ahamkar, meaning lust, anger, greed, attachment, and excessive pride. These are the 5 thieves that rob us of our happiness every single day. How? Let's take the last one, excessive pride. One of the ways our false pride can snatch our happiness is urging us to respond and react hastily to the opinion of others because we think we are not deserving of criticism by anyone. So here are 5 tips of reminder from a collection of greater minds on this front as food for thought. 1. We have a duty not only towards God but ourselves, by extension our children and society, to lead by example. One way of doing so is that we need to stop thinking that what makes me good enough is to have other people think well of me. If you fall prey to such a notion, it will run your life today and forevermore. 2. If you worry about what other people think of you, then truly you will have more confidence in their opinion than you have in your own. 3. Your future does not depend on the permission or opinion of other people. And so if you're afraid of criticism, you'll die doing nothing because criticism will always be rampant. So it behooves us not to assess our work by someone else's measure. If we do, we will always come up short because we allow misguided opinions and unjust criticism to alter our course. A beautiful Hindi proverb says, "Jaban ko lagam nahi hoti." There's no stopping one's tongue. 4. Sometimes the things that are most important, that matters to you the most, are buried under the opinion of others, out of ignorance or purposefully, saying things to you like, "Oh, that is not your cup of tea. That is out of your league. You'll be badly criticized if you fail. That is not for average people," etc. Okay? That's why they're called average to begin with, right? Criticism is the price you pay for breaking the shackles of mediocrity. By virtue of this, we escape the category of feeling worthy or unworthy based on the approval or the indignation of others, how many Facebook likes we received, etc. We feel elated or we feel disliked, and those actions or non-actions of others determine whether you're troubled or blissful. It should not have to be this way. That's being ordinary. Don't take comfort living within the confines of being average or ordinary. Explore being extraordinary and lead an extraordinary life. Extraordinary is a big word, of course, but it just means not ordinary. 5. Those who live their lives according to the opinion of others have consciously enslaved themselves. How? By gifting their thinking process into someone else's control. We empower other people and circumstances to shape much of our lives, and by extension, our destiny. How? Because we reactively live the scripts handed down to us, fulfilling other people's agendas. We have to quickly realize that these scripts come from people, not principles based on our best interests, but likely theirs. We are either the creation of our own destiny or that of other people, depending on our level of dependency for acceptance from others, for a sense of belonging, for a sense of importance and worth, for a feeling that we matter. Then we become like driftwood in the tides of life. So live up to your own potential, or donate your infinite potentialities to your false pride via unjust criticism. The choice is in our hands. The difference between happiness and misery is just a decision away. Here's a helpful verse from chapter 18, verse 47 of Bhagavad Gita. Shreyanto dharmo viguna paradharmat swanushtitat swabhavaniyatam karma kurvannapnoti kilbisham. It is better to do one's own dharma, even though imperfectly, than to do another's dharma, even though perfectly.